Hello everyone, a pleasant good day to all of you. Ohayo gozaimashita. Annyeong sayo. Buenos dias a todos. Buongiorno a tutti. Sawadee-kap, kaplong-kap. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. So, before I start my vlog for today, don't forget to hit likes and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and always hit the bell button to give you more updates on my upcoming new videos. So for today, I'm going to share to you my experience on how did I apply for my US visa, important tips and reminders, and what are the questions being asked when you set for an interview. I just had here with me my multiple visa which is valid for 10 years. I already used it as I went to the States a few years ago to visit my relatives in Nevada, Las Vegas. I went to Reno downtown and also at West Virginia. Hopefully for my next travel, I can visit my other relatives in New York, in San Francisco, and other parts of Hawaii. So, for today, I'm going to share to you my experience. How did I apply for my US visa? Some important tips, reminders, and what are the questions being asked. So, I'm going to share it to you steps by steps. So first, what are the important tips how to apply for a US visa? How to pass for an interview, and what to do and how to apply. So first, you have to visit their website. You have to go to their website and apply for the DS form of B1, B2 US visa, for the tourist visa, multiple visa, which is valid for 10 years. So you just have to fill up the application form online and never leave any blank on the space. Complete all the details being asked and required. You have to double check all your answers and infos about being asked. You must have at least a credit card that you can be used for your payments for the application. You have to control and type all the necessary infos being asked, and you have to choose the way of your payments in there online. It is also a step-by-step procedure, so never leave any space behind around it on the online website on how to apply for a US visa. Then you are already set up to choose for the date and set up the date for the interview. But before you set up for an interview, you just have to complete all the necessary requirements being asked. So make sure you have at least 8 months validity of your passport before you apply, and much better if it is 1 year. Read all the complete necessary requirements or requisites being asked. You just have to complete all of it, because you are going to submit all of it when you are being set for the interview. So important reminders about your passport: photograph. You must at least have a white background, and your shirt must have at least a color. And when you are here in Italy, it is necessary for you to have your permit of stay, or what we call the permesso di soggiorno. Much better if it is a carta soggiorno, which is a long duration of your permit of stay. It is a indefinite, no expiration of your permit of stay. You must also have your identity card, or what we call the carta identità. Much better if it is a electronic identity card. Your codice fiscale, your DS form B1, B2 application form, your bank account history, your withdrawal or deposit slip history. You just have to print it out. And what else? Must have at least your working contract to your employer. They will gonna ask you some Bolletino IMSS or your Busta Paga. And you must at least had stayed and resided here in Italy for almost 5 years. If it's less than 5 years, then you are not qualified, because it is the requirements that you had resided and stayed at least 5 years here in Italy. So you will also have to prepare your payment of the application of the DS form B1, B2 application form visa. Then once you completed all of it, then you are ready to set up for an interview. So, based upon my experience, I'm going to share to you some important tips about the interview. So, for the interview, you must at least speak comfortably with the language that you prefer, a language that you are much more comfortable to use with, so that you can able to answer questions directly and comfortably, and for you to express yourself easily. Speak for yourself, practice your English, be concise and honest. And you must pay close attention to the questions being asked and respond with just the answer. You just have to keep it short and very simple. Do not ramble into a related life story or experience. Try to practice mock interview before the real deal, so that you can able to have knowledge about the interview. You just have to practice at home. So, there are also some important reminders before you apply for the interview. Well, an invitation letter, it is not necessary and required and cannot guarantee for a visa issuance. Must at least wear a formal dress, semi-elegant dress for the interview. Once you set to apply for the interview, you will be asked if you are applying for a single tourist visa or a family or group tour. So it is much better for them to know, so that they can able to set for the schedule. And before you can enter the embassy or consulate, you have to leave your bag and being controlled by the security officers. Make sure that you make sure that you deposit all your metallic, like pennies, coins, keys, on their given boxes, so that they can separate it, because there will be a body sensor that you will gonna pass through. It will gonna alarm if they are metallic. You are bringing inside your pockets or your bags. You just have to deposit it. You will be given a locker. You have to deposit all your items there. Make sure also that you don't put any creams on your hands, because later after the interview you will be having this electronic digital imprinting of your thumb marks. So it's not required and necessary for you to put some hand creams on your hands, so that you can able not to give you any more hassles or troubles. So what more else can I add to that? Well, for the interview, what do they usually ask? So it is important to know, based upon my experience, for the interview for the US visa, they usually ask, but before you will be asked, you just have to sit and wait for your number to be called. And then most of the questions asked were based upon your personal life. So most of the questions being asked were the following. So first one, they usually ask, what is your purpose of traveling to the US? Is it for pleasure, to visit your relatives, your families, your loved ones, attend some events, weddings, ceremonies, Christmas, New Year, what else, birthdays, Thanksgiving, etc., etc., etc. So what's your purpose of visiting the US? Second, they also ask, how many days or weeks or months are you planning to stay there? Do you have any relatives in the states that you are going to reside? Aside from the US, are there any other places that you have been visited? And what do they usually ask? They also ask, have you been in the US before? Have you already applied for the US visa before? Is it your first time, or is it your second time? Do you have any family, friends, or relatives residing there? If yes, you just have to state it. and which part of the states. Who is giving you the sponsor to visit in the states? Sometimes they also ask that. Where will you stay when you visit the US? Will you stay at the hotel or some house of your relatives, friends, or family? Mostly they also ask, what do you do for your living? Do you work? How much do you earn? They also ask if you are going to stay on a hotel, what hotel, the name of the hotel you are going to reside, and or where are you going to stay, and what else do they ask? Have you already blocked your tickets? They also ask that. And do you guarantee that you can come back when you already finish visiting the country? Their mindset was set upon if you're going to stay there, or are you planning to come back, or are you just going to go there just to search for a job, or just going to tour, or you will just have to migrant there. I mean migrate. We are the migrant. Sorry about that. So after the interview is done, the interview officer will ask you to leave your passport and come back for the schedule for the result. You just have to wait for 6 to 7 days for the processing. And then if you're applying here in Italy, the location of the US Embassy is in Via Torati, which is alongside the Via Moscova. If you're gonna take the Metropolitan Station, you just have to take the yellow line. You just have to get off to Metropolitan Station Duomo, then take the train for Comasina, then you have to get off to Torati for maybe two or three stops, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. So what else can I add to that? Maybe that's just it. Just good luck to your application for your visa to the US. I hope you can able to get like what I have right now, a multiple visa which is valid for 10 years. So just follow all the necessary requirements. Just be comfortable with the interview. Complete all the necessary requisites that they were asking for. Just be comfortable with the interview and just be prepared. That's it. And good luck. You can travel the States anytime you want if you already have the US visa, which is valid for 10 years. So that's it. I hope I gave you some infos and reminders and tips about my experience on applying for my US visa. So start now, go to their websites, fill up the application form, complete all the necessary requirements, practice at home, be concise, be comfortable with the language that you're going to use for the interview, and that's it. You're all set for the interview. So by now, I hope you enjoy and have some ideas how to apply for the US visa. Bye. Ciao. Arrivederci. Sayonara.